Evalaroza, a second-year college student in Bachelor of Physical Education. So for today's video, I am going to tackle about the risk and protective factors for drug use, misuse, abuse, and dependence. So what are the difference between the risk factors and protective factors for drug use, misuse, abuse, and dependence? So risk factors for drug use, misuse, abuse, and dependence can increase a person's chance for drug abuse, while protective factors can reduce the risk. Remember, most individuals at risk for drug abuse do not start using drugs or become addicted. Risk and protective factors can affect children at different stages of their lives. At each stage, risk occurs that can be changed through prevention to intervention. Early childhood risks such as aggressive behavior can be changed or prevented with family, school, and community interventions that focus on helping children develop appropriate positive behaviors. If not addressed, negative behaviors can lead to more risks, such as academic failures and social difficulties, which put children at further risk for later drug abuse. So these are the example of risk factors and then the domain and the protective factors. First example of risk factors is early aggressive behavior. The domain is individual and the protective factor is self-control. Next example is lack of parental supervision. The domain is family and the protective factor is parental monitoring. The risk factors, example number 3 is substance abuse. So the domain is peer or friends or peer pressure, and the protective factor is academic competence. The next example of risk factors is drug availability. The domain is school and the protective factor is anti-drug use policies. Next is the poverty. The domain is community and the protective factors rather is strong neighborhood attachment. So risk factors can influence drug abuse in several ways. The more risk a child is exposed to, the more likely the child will abuse drugs. Some risk factors may be more powerful than others at certain stages in development, such as peer pressure during the teenage year, just as some protective factors, such as a strong parent-child bond, can have a greater impact on reducing risk during the early years. An important goal of prevention is to change the balance of or between the risk factors and protective factors so that protective factors outweigh risk factors. So everyone, please be reminded, do not use illegal drugs or no to drugs. That's all, and hope you've learned some lesson about the risk and protective factors of drug use, misuse, abuse, and dependence. Thank you so much for watching and see you in my next vlog.